Alright guys, so let's talk about it. Starinsky did a video yesterday saying that the new, actually look at this, the new discounted combat package is good, was it a mistake, and actually he still claimed that the game is at its worst and stuff like this, so I wanted to make a video reaction on it. I haven't done one of those for a while, because in my opinion the game is going pretty good at the moment. And the things that they introduced for this update compared to all the other 5 or 6 updates were crazy. Now, I'm not affiliated with Warner Brothers or NetherRealm Studios, I'm not being paid or anything, so the thing is I'm just saying my honest opinion as a gamer, not as a YouTuber but as a gamer, even though if the game becomes much better and much more popular, it's going to be better for me and my views. But at the end of the day, this is just my opinion as a gamer, person who actually likes MK Mobile, and I want it actually to be better. Now the thing is, before we get to the video, I will play it at 1.25 speed, so it's going to be a little bit faster. So Starinsky doesn't really work speak that fast, it's just the playback speed. Now the thing is, I compare Mortal Kombat now with Mortal Kombat 1.5 2 years ago, and the things they implemented in this update are just crazy, and in the previous one update, let's call it that way. But I'm not going to give you my general perspective now. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to play the video by Starinsky. I will try to talk about his points one by one and basically explain where I agree and where I disagree. So without any further ado, let's start.
Spent, and let's talk about the state of MK Mobile.
Let's do it.
An update. Did it change my mind? Did this new development change my mind? Does it actually mean that the game is making steps in the right direction? Look at this. Like, let's name a couple of things that happened recently. We got an Elder Wind Tower that gets new action movie Johnny, classic movie Johnny,
we never got this
as one of the rewards
years.
For Battle 200 of a repeat tower, which never happened before. We had a Combat Cup Johnny immediately in the Fatal Tower rewards. We had like this offer, which honestly, like, we didn't have an offer that guarantees to get a new character in a very long time. We are getting now challenges for old gold cards.
True.
And if you look at this way, you'll be like, oh yeah, Mortal Kombat is actually like got so good compared to what it was. Like, it's moving in the right direction, but unfortunately that's not what I see, and I'm gonna explain to you why. And I'm curious to know your opinion. Let me know in the comments if you agree with Mant and everybody who says that they actually finally starting to improve the game and making steps in the right direction, or if you agree with my opinion, which I'm gonna explain to you in a minute. So I guess it's one way to look at it, the positive way, but the way I look at it and the way I think it actually is, like, think about it. What would be the reason for MK Mobile to start offering these discounts? Like, we've never had so many discounts in a row. We had the Guardian pack, we had Dark Fate pack coming back with 50% off for no reason at all. Like, before, last couple of years, they didn't even give us any discounts on some major holidays. People were waiting, they gave us nothing. And then suddenly, now in 2023, they are showering us with deals and discounts. They're introducing the deals we've never seen before. You think it's a good thing? What it screams to me is that they're getting desperate, and the revenue that the game brings going down fast, and they're trying to desperately scrambling for ways to bring more money in.
Alright, so why is this a problem? I don't understand. If they didn't give any discounts, it's a bad thing because they don't give us any discounts. But if they do, it's a bad thing because they're desperate. I don't understand it. First thing first, if I, for instance, want to buy shoes, and I go to, and I just see a store that just says like everything is being sold out, we're just closing our business, stuff like this, and there's discounts 80%, should I just say, oh, they're desperate, I'm not going to do it? No, I'm just going to enter the store, see where I can find size shoes that fits me and like the price is reasonable, then I'm going to buy the shoes. In this particular case, Starinsky is missing one key thing. We're not talking only about the price of Johnny Cage, we're talking about having a pack for souls that is completely free to play, so I'm not going to lose any money by opening it. It's for 300 souls, and it's unlimited. So why do I care whether they're desperate or not? They're doing the things that I want to see in the game. Okay, even if we agree that they're desperate, the end result for us gamers is better game. So I'm okay with that. Even if the game dies, let's say 2 years from now, at least I know that they tried to do something, and in the final years of the game I had fun. That's good enough for me. Also, don't forget that this year we have MK1 and we have MK Onslaught. So probably this year is not going to be the best in MK Mobile in terms of frequency of updates. I'm not going to get that many updates. But at the end of the day, we still got the things that we wanted. New challenge goals, chance, actually not a chance, but packs for new characters that don't require gambling, chance to get the newest characters in the tower for free to play. In fact, in this update, a free to play player can get Johnny. Theoretically, can get Johnny before a pay to win player. So I'm perfectly fine with this update. Let's continue.
Introducing lots and lots of deals to hopefully entice people to spend again and bring the revenues up. That is not a good thing. That means that fans actually had enough and stopped spending money. And if they stop spending money, it's very likely they stopped playing the game. And I can attest to that. If you look at the if you go to the Google Trends on MT Mobile, if you look at search volumes, it's going down. It's like took a nosedive. And my views on the channel, I know you could argue, Starinsky, you just suck, nobody want to watch you. But I notice it on all MT Mobile channels. The views are going down. The game is dying. There's no way.
I have no argument against that, but the point is the game hasn't like been drastically down from now. In my opinion, the biggest thing that started drawing people away from the game is when they put limits on packs. That was really bad. And from there on, the game was sharply declining. Of course, when it comes to my views, and I checked other channels' views, stuff like this, so it is one way to look at it, and I agree that the game popularity is dropping. This doesn't mean that it's this update that did it, right? This update is trying to repair the damage. So it's a good thing after all, in my opinion.
Way around it, because I'm going to tell you exactly why it's happening, and I think it's totally possible to fix. And I'll tell you also why I think they're not going to fix it. So these amazing deals, and by amazing, I actually mean they're amazing if you compare it to the past year or two. But if you compare it to a couple years back, this is absolute trash.
True, yeah. But we can agree if Starinsky and me, or any player on the world, has to be honest. There was a pack that was released probably 4 years or 5 years ago. That was too good. It was way too good. We had, I believe they're being naive at this point to release such type of pack. We got 50% chance to get a diamond, 50%, and the price was for 400 souls, 450 or 500 souls, something like this. I forgot its name. But the point is, back then we just had like 6 or 7 diamonds, and this pack was just way too OP. You could literally max out the collection for a couple of thousands of souls. 50% chance to get a diamond. Crazy good pack. That was too good, and it shouldn't have been in the game. Even if we agree that we don't care about money, this pack will make sure people will simply max the diamonds way too fast. And that's not the point. You want the players to be invested in the game long enough. You want the players to play for as long as possible. You don't want a player to get to the game and max everything in 3 months and get bored and leave the game, right?
Why would they put new classic movie Johnny? Like initially, when first Action Movie Tower, I watched the video on YouTube where it was like data mined, or I don't know what way people used to find out the future towers, but basically there was a leak of Action Movie Tower, and Johnny wasn't one of the rewards. He wasn't one of the rewards up to the day they released the tower, and then they quickly changed it.
Change of management,
and
change of mind.
I'm questioning why. And also, why did this pack come in a discount? Because if you compare it to the $10 for 20% chance, paying $40 for 100% chance, plus extra diamond, plus tower gear, that seems like a no-brainer. Why would they put this pack on discount? Why would they put a new Johnny in the Elderwind Tower repeat? Well, the answer is simple, because nobody's buying. Nobody's buying the new Johnny. First of all, he's absolutely worthless. Let's be honest. He is a cool character. He is fun to play, but he's not good. He is not useful. At least I haven't seen a single strategy with using the new classic movie Johnny that could be useful and better than any of the characters.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's not really anything special. Just a fun character with fun mechanic, and that's it. I'm not convinced. Definitely he's not better than Dead Hunter Johnny Cage. And I'm not even convinced that he's better than Combat Cup Johnny Cage. So, still, once again, an interesting character, but not worth maxing it with souls. Not even worth buying it once with souls. Unless when Sony is released, or the final classic movie Johnny Cage, classic movie character, it might be Sony, it might be somebody else. If he has pretty good synergy with 2 combat movie characters, then probably it's going to be a good idea to buy Johnny Cage.
We currently have even some gold cards. Like, I would argue Combat Cup Johnny is better than classic movie Johnny. He just has more useful passive. So that's beyond the point. Nobody's buying classic movie Johnny, so they're trying to shove him into every possible reward. They're trying to entice people to spend some money on it.
Again, this is not the case. If this was the case, classic movie Johnny wouldn't have been in there as a tower reward, and he wouldn't have been in a new tower as a reward. So currently he's in 2 towers already. If it was the case that they were only after money, it is not logical to place him as a tower reward. If they were only after money, they would place some trash character in the newest towers and they would give us classic movie Johnny for $10 each. Some crazy offer. They're not doing that. They're placing this guy in the towers first and then releasing him for money. It makes zero sense. If we agree logically that the only reason they're doing that is to milk the community before they shut down the game, they wouldn't place classic movie Johnny in the Fatal Tower and make sure that people complete Fatal Tower, and only then they release him for money, for the regular price. It doesn't make any sense. I think everybody can agree here. If, once again, the only reason they are doing all of this is money, they wouldn't have placed classic movie Johnny Cage in the tower. It makes no sense. Let's continue.
And what it screams to me is being desperate. It's seeing your numbers going down and introducing more and more sales. The game companies don't do sales if things are great, and that's probably what.
I don't agree with that. I played a lot of mobile games, and we always had great sales for Christmas, for instance, for New Year's. Sometimes there has some kind of other event that makes sure that the game developer is going to release something good. So it's not necessary they release good offers only when the game is dying. I don't agree with that generally.
It was for the last couple of years because they skipped on like bunch of discount opportunities for big holidays. They've been releasing more and more predatory packs. All their special offers were complete trash, and they still kept going on it because probably some people were still out there buying them. I'm pretty sure it's over now. I'm pretty sure they're struggling to make to maintain the revenues, and they're desperately releasing these offers and these packs to try and create an illusion of value, which in my opinion, this pack, like, I stopped spending, me myself, I'm a content creator, and I got fed up with these garbage packs, and I stopped spending any money like a while ago. I haven't opened Johnny Cage packs. I'm not gonna open Kitana's packs. I did open some tower packs, but that video was sponsored, and I did it just so I can grind the tower faster and easier. But the point is, people are not spending money anymore, and this is it's not good for the game and the future of the game. Now, why do I argue against them taking steps in the right direction? Because they haven't taken any steps. The only thing, like, think about it. The only good things they did is to, like, let's go through every single one thing. Introducing old gold cards, like pay-to-win gold cards as challenges. That's literally nothing. That's something that should have been a thing a long time ago. It took them forever to get to this point.
Absolutely agree. This doesn't mean that doing it later is worse. Like, better later than never, right? That's what I'm standing for. I have been saying that for years. We didn't have a new challenge gold for years. And I was like complaining on this channel for years about that. And finally we got them. And now we have to complain. It's not a big deal. It is. Because for 2 years they were like blind. They did nothing. And now they did something. And they keep on doing it. They're going to release new challenge golds, which is a good thing. It is better. Of course, is it better to get the new gold immediately? Of course it is. But let's be real. We're never going to get that. I lost hope in MK Mobile for the past 2 years and two, and I was like, I didn't expect anything, because whatever we wanted, we never got it, but now we're getting everything. We wanted new challenges, we're getting them. We wanted new packs, we are getting them. We wanted to have the new diamonds in the towers, or find a way free to place to get the new diamonds, we are getting the way. We wanted to stop gambling, we have a way now. So I don't understand what's the problem. Even if they're desperate, why should we care? We got what we wanted, and that's the point. Let's continue.
And to call it a good thing, I just can't. I mean, it's a good thing, but it's a little bit too late for that. To be honest, people, like, they're not hyped. These characters are not hype anymore. So I don't think people are going to...
Yeah, that's a good point. These characters are not hype anymore, but still, better than nothing. And for 2 years, I was convinced that we were going to get nothing. So we're getting something now. And I hope they're going to build on that. So it's going to get better and better. This is what I expect to happen in the future.
Going to be grinding, like, people are going to be super excited about getting those cards from challenges. Not as much as they would maybe a couple, like, 6 months ago. And another thing is that it's not new content. Yes, it's a new challenge, but
True.
The challenges are super unoriginal. There is
Absolutely agree with that point. And once again, I'm not here to defend the game to the end stage is the best game ever. No, the game has a lot of flaws, and one of the flaws is the lack of new original content, because I don't really recognize the new tower as completely new content. The only thing really new in the tower is the equipment. So I would really want for MK Mobile to break this monotonous way to release updates with one tower, one character, diamond, and one gold character. I want it to be more original and to actually give us new content. And this is the next thing that I want to happen in the game.
Not, like, if you remember some of the first challenges in MK Mobile, the bosses were actually unique and had some unique abilities and fun mechanics. It's not the case anymore. They're just copy pasting the challenges, just putting the new characters in. They're copy pasting the towers. What else did they do? They put a bunch of packs on discount. Again, to make a pack, it doesn't take them anything. They're selling the things that are already in the game. My point is, they're not making new content. They're just trying to squeeze as much money as possible from the old.
A counter argument. This year, they're going to release MKO, they're going to release MK1. So MK Mobile has least priority in my opinion. So this is the best they can do for this year. But my hopes are that for next year, or let's assume that this year they're going to get a brutal update together with MK1. I don't know, but this might be the case. Anyways, I can understand if this year they actually neglect MK Mobile a little bit because of the other two huge releases.
Content. They literally, like, the only time they work on a game and add anything at all is like a week or two before each update. After that, complete silence. Developers getting allocated to different projects.
It has been always like this. I mean, there was a little bit of time when we got these combat casts, but it was very, very short period of time. Ever since update 2.0, we didn't get anything like this. So you cannot say that it's the worst state now, so now is the worst time. No, it was always like this. Like, literally always. Once again, after update 2.0. Before update 2.0, we had tons of hackers. We could enjoy the game in a different way, but every time when I go to Faction Wars, the only game mode that mattered, we were getting destroyed by hackers. So, both eras in MK Mobile, let's call it both eras before update 2.0 and after update 2.0 had their ups and downs, so...
Nobody's working on MK Mobile. This is, like, so obvious if you think, like, there is so many glitches in the game. Like, for example, we had a pack that had an issue, like, a few weeks ago, and instead of just fixing it and giving us a patch and actually giving us a bug, they just took it off, and we're not going to see it until the next update, because they couldn't be bothered to make any fixes in the game.
Once again, it's been like this for years. It's not something new. So, do I want it to get fixed? Of course.
Between the updates. Patches do not exist with this game anymore. And the sad thing is, it wasn't the case. I remember the times when each update would get multiple patches after the update was released to fix certain issues that arise. And it was fine.
I bet this was before 2.0. After 2.0, we never got such thing, ever.
I remember the times when developers did live streams to actually interact with the community. They would take questions. They would answer them during live streams. They would showcase things. They used...
Yeah, and at the same time, when you go and log into the game and go to Faction Wars, the only game mode that matters, you're going to get slaughtered by hackers with being immortal and doing 1 million damage. And you call that a fun thing? Like, seriously? So, what I'm saying is that, yeah, the game used to be better in terms of not that money hungry before 2.0, when we were getting 3 or 4 new golds immediately for in challenges. So we're getting an update, then we're getting 3 new characters and 1 diamond, and the 3 new characters were getting their challenges almost immediately, so everybody can get them. And you get them, you unlock them, you unlock them in the store, you max them out, you go into Faction Wars, and you face HO MKX that deals 2 million damage, and you're going to get destroyed. Again, that was not a perfect time for the game. Was it better? I don't know. Was it a perfect? Definitely no.
To do live streams for the whole MK Mobile development team. Then they switched to just doing like little trailers showcasing the characters, and then recently they haven't done anything. They just post an image on Twitter. It's like every single aspect of the game, if you look at it, it's going down, down, down. How can you possibly make an argument that the game is at the best stage it's been? It's literally in every single aspect going down. People getting banned, support. I'm pretty sure they put an AI in there to just send everybody out.
Again, it's been like this forever. I have been sending tickets to support for years, probably for 3 years. For this time, probably even before that, but I don't remember. For this period of 3 years, the support was the same every single time. So it's not something that has deteriorated lately. And the clips come on. That's never been such a... It was a good thing to have, but it's never been a great... Like, oh my god, I want to see the video for the new character that comes. No, it's just okay, good to have. It was nothing special. After update 2.0, the game has been the same, in my opinion. The only thing that deteriorated was the fact that we were getting, in the beginning, we were getting those specific trials for MK11 gold characters. They took it away because those gold characters became diamonds. And that's the only thing. And of course, a lot of things deteriorated up until this update, but from this update on, they actually fixed a lot of things. That's my whole point. So I think that in a lot of cases, the game got better with the previous update, with actually the current update.
Automated responses. I can bet anything. There is maybe one person in their support that maybe once in a while will get bothered to actually help the player. 99% of people will get automated reply and will never even, like, their complaints will never even see an actual person.
Agree. A lot of times when you try to contact support, you get copy-paste templates. Is this a new thing? Did it happened in this update or the update before? No. This has been the case forever, unfortunately.
And it's disgusting. It's despicable. It's the worst, literally the worst by far support I've ever seen in any game. And once again, it hasn't been like this.
It definitely had. It was like this forever. I don't understand why Starinsky is saying it hasn't been like this. For 3 years or even more. This was the first ticket which I sent. And the first ticket which I sent, the first ticket I remember once again, probably I sent something before, but the first ticket I remember was when the Link Weight Tower got released, or even before that. There was a bug with Ravenous Melina Special 2, and I sent the ticket that her Special 2 is bugged. It was definitely at least 3 years ago, and for 3 years until today, her Special 2 is still bugged, when she was released. Her Special 2, the second part of it was unblockable. This was either bugged or nerfed. I sent the ticket, they said that they're going to acknowledge it, then I sent another one, they said, oh yeah, this has been forwarded to developers, and nothing happened. For 3 years, so it has been always, I don't understand why Star is saying that it never been like this. It was. This was the case all along. I don't remember when I contacted support and they were actually helpful when they fixed my problem. It wasn't the case that 2 years ago I'm going to send a ticket and I'm going to be delighted after the ticket, and now I'm going to send a ticket and I'm like, oh my god, what happened? No, it was always, oh my god, what happened with them because they're useless. Like, it was always that. I never had a positive experience with customer service for Mortal Kombat Mobile. Forever. Like, forever. It wasn't like this thing happened 1 year ago. This was the case all along. Anyways.
There is zero interaction with the community. Zero maintenance of the game between the updates.
Not zero, but
game-breaking
one.
bugs stay in the game for months.
That was the case long time ago. It's nothing like this happened, this update to the previous update. Even though I can agree that this open fail glitch requires them to shut down the game and fix it. So there is no excuse for that. Like, probably they're preoccupied with MKO and MK1. I wish that this is the case because this bug is horrible. I mean, it's horrible for them as well. They're seeing that people cannot play. They're going to leave the game, stuff like this. So they're not doing it. Sorry, I can agree with Starinsky. This is horrible.
We still have crashes. And the issue when the game starts and the loading screen stays up. We have now the immortal glitch with Johnny that wrecks you in so many boss battles. None of this is going to get fixed until the next update. And maybe it will get fixed in the next update. And just by giving us unlimited Combat Cup pack for 2 days, how does that fix anything? It just shows that they're not...
It fixed the problem that for 2 years we didn't have a good discounted pack without any limitations. It fixes that problem because now we can say we had one. And don't get me wrong, if this is the only exception, then we don't get anything by the end of the year, say that's crap. But if this is the first pack and many will follow with the same thing, let's say every 1 or 2 months we get one unlimited pack, I would say that's pretty good. So yeah. Another thing that I have to agree with Starinsky, MK Mobile has pretty bad update schedule time. You cannot have a mobile game with 3 updates a year. That's ridiculous. So I hope they fix that as well. We need updates to be rolled out more frequently.
Willing to actually make steps in the right direction, which would be introduce new content. Like, that's the number one issue in my opinion people are leaving. Not the fact that the packs have limits and stuff. Like, if we actually had content and more ways to grind for certain things, pack limit wouldn't be an issue at all. They're not putting effort into the game, and it shows. They're starting to lose players. They're starting to see declines.
No, this is where I disagree. They're not starting. They have been losing players for years, and they're seeing that. The first people who are going to recognize that there is a problem with the game popularity is not me or Starinsky. Probably we are one of the first, but the very first people are the game developers. They know how many people log into the game. They know how many people play in the game. They know how popular the game is. They know how many people, how many times the game has been downloaded, stuff like this. So they're the first time to recognize it. So they didn't start to see. They have been seeing this forever. However, probably because they're doing decent revenue, and for the decent revenue, they don't really care. They don't want to put a lot of efforts in the game. This revenue is sufficient to them. They don't want to, let's say, try hard. to introduce new game mechanics and new game modes. This is what I think is happening.
In the revenue, and it's not surprising to me. The thing that's surprising to me that it took this long for them to actually notice it. Maybe they were just ignoring it and thinking it was inflation.
No, they have. That's the thing. That's the reason why I absolutely disagree with Starinsky. This is the reason why I lost hope in the game, and now I kind of start to gain back again, little by little. The reason why I lost hope in the game because I know that they are seeing this. It is impossible to be a game developer and not to see that your game is declining. It is impossible. I can see that by just Google Trend it. But they can see that because they have the source information right there in their code. They can see that people are dropping. They can see that for years. And they're not doing it because, let's be real, MK Mobile is not their priority. That's the truth. And that's the information that I want to convey with this particular video. They don't really try hard on MK Mobile. They have some, of course, I'm just speculating, I might be wrong, but they have, again, good revenue. They're happy with that revenue. They want to try hard. It's not like they just noticed it now. They have been noticing it for a long time, but they don't care. And now what's happening, in my opinion, they want to rejuvenate MK Mobile. They want to try harder on the game. And the reason why they're doing it because they realize that they can probably make more money out of it. And in a general case, they can make the game better, which will be better for them. So, they are trying to improve the status of the game, let's call it that way, the state of the game. And these are the first steps, and I'm loving it. I hope I'm right in this particular case, and I hope that Starinsky is wrong. Because I'm convinced 99.9% that they are not seeing this now. They know that the game has been declining, but they're happy with the revenue. That's what has happened, in my opinion.
People were going to go back to spending. No! People will spend money on your game and support you if you show some respect back to your player base.
I agree.
And what this company has been doing so far is absolutely despicable, and I don't think they deserve the support until they turn around and actually start caring about their community and caring about their own games.
Agree.
So yeah, this was a big rant, but this is a bad sign. You might think it's a good thing we have an amazing pack with no limit, but no, this just screams to me that the game is at the lowest point it's been in a long time, and they're desperately trying to gain some players.
Again, this argument. Why is the problem? It might be only a problem if the game dies in 1 year, which I doubt is going to happen. But if the game is at its lowest and they are recognizing this, trying to bring it back and try to improve it, why is this a problem? I don't understand. From a player perspective, you get this particular offer, you take advantage of it, you spend your 1,500 souls or whatever, how many souls you have, and you're good to go. Why is the problem? I don't understand that. Anyways, let's continue.
Back by giving us this pack. I don't know. Another thing that I hope is going to come to pass is that they're actually working on a new MK Mobile game. This game not getting any love, so they have to relocate their resources somewhere. And I'm really hoping that when they release MK12, sometime soon they're going to announce a new Mortal Kombat game. We need a new game. I don't think there is any saving of this version of MK Mobile. We need a new game, and we need them to do the things right from the very beginning. But honestly, I've looked at other games that they do, and it seems like it's the story with every single Warner Brothers game.
Now, I disagree that this game is beyond saving. This game has tons of potential. All this game requires is more game modes, that's all. Like, if you introduce more game modes except for Towers and Faction Wars, the game is going to be much, much better. So, those game modes can be anything, literally. You can be 4 versus 4, 5 versus 5, 10 versus 10, you name it. Or it's going to be some kind of a game mode that has leaderboard, for instance, most damage on special 1, most damage on special 2, survive for the most time, dealt the most amount of damage, dealt the maximum numbers for special 1, stuff like this, you name it, leaderboards. And once you have those, the game is going to be much, much better, I mean. So, currently the problem with the towers is that the grinding is just monotonous and boring, and survival mode is obsolete. It is absolutely obsolete, and the rewards are trash. So they have to also buff survival mode, so it's going to be a little bit more, I was about more better, but I wanted to say it's to be more competitive compared to towers, because currently the game is just towers, and survival mode only when you are in a mood to do it, which is bad. Let's be real, it is bad.
They do not, at least mobile games, they do not have good support, they don't have good community interaction, and even if they do if they create a new MK Mobile game, maybe MK1 Mobile or something like that, there's no telling if they're going to continue the same patterns and if they're going to run it into the ground with a lack of care, or maybe if it's a new game, they will actually like try to maintain good relations with the community, going to try to maintain bug-free game with like timely updates, timely patches. Because what they're doing to MK Mobile right now, they're literally sucking it dry from every, like, they're trying to suck as much money out of it as they can before it completely dies. And I really hope that they're gonna have something by the time that happens, by the time MK Mobile dies. It's not dead yet, but it might be.
All right, so I think that more or less we saw the entire video. It's 21 minutes long. I'm going to link in the description. So long story short, I kind of disagree with Starinsky. I don't think that MK Mobile is its lowest state. It was in its lowest state. Now it's getting back on track, and I hope that this positive trend actually continues. From the point that they hit the rock bottom, they try to jump back and rebound. So I hope that this trend goes up, and with the next update, we're going to get even better stuff. But for now, I am optimistic, and this is a lot because once again, I lost hope in the game a long time ago. I was like, you know, whatever, this game is never going to improve. But now I'm not that certain. So once again, it's a good sign, and I hope the game is going to get even better and better. So yeah, whether it is in the best state, probably not, but definitely it is in a state that promises better future for the game, for all of us. It doesn't matter whether you're paid to win or free to play. In both aspects of this game, we're seeing improvements. That's the best thing I want to see, improvements. Alright, so this is going to be all for today. Please let me know what you think in the comment section, and see you next time. Also, please subscribe to my G4 channel. I just require 90 more subscribers to reach the point where I can monetize. I'm going to link it in the description. See you next time, guys. Take care.
Perfect.